Hello and welcome to Netflix versus Cinema, the podcast that goes to the cinema every week, watches a couple of things, stays at home, watches a couple of things, rates them out of 5, and then sees where your money should be better spent this week, and helps you answer that question: big stream or big screen?
Let's get ready to rumble!
My name is Tosin and I am the host, and I am based up in the United Kingdom, somewhere called Bromsgrove in the middle of the country, and joining me as always on the Isle of Wight is Sean Harris.
Hello.
A regular horror guru, but I feel like when I say horror guru, I don't mean as in you love horror. I feel like you go and hunt down horror movies.
Yeah, I'm a hunter. I'm a horror movie hunter.
you hunt down horror movies and you're like crap. Not scared a bit. That kind of thing, yeah. So yeah, we usually have two other co-hosts, and they might be joining us as we go along. So there might be people crashing through the door, sort of like, a Kool-Aid Man style, going, oh yeah, coming and joining in right in the middle of a review of something. But as I said, we go to the cinema, and let's start off by talking about the things that we have gone to see in the cinema this week. And Sean, tell me, what have you seen in the cinema this week?
Okay, well, the cinema I've been quite productive this week. So I saw Shelter, the Statham film,
Jason
and
Statham.
then I went to a secret screening, which was Send Help.
Yep.
And then it was an unlimited screening yesterday, which was If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So, yeah, it's quite good. And then, I mean, I probably should have gone to see Iron Lung, but I missed it somehow. All the times didn't match up.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure on that. From the trailer, I'm not sure. Look, I mean, I normally like arty films, but don't know on that. And apparently it's a game, so I didn't know because I'm not being a gamer. But it's from a game, I think. Someone told me.
Based on a game.
Based on a game, yeah, that's what someone told me.
Well, I saw Iron Lung, and
you saw it?
Oh no, I didn't see it. I mean, I saw it in the listings. I saw it in the listings, and I was like, I'm not sure about that, especially because the first thing, and sometimes when they list films, they sort of put the genre underneath it, and it called it a horror, and I was like, I'm not in. I'm not in. I'm not up for that. I'm just not up for that. And so I sort of skipped Iron Lung, but if you do see it, it will be good to see it. But going back to this whole thing about secret screening, so you have a Cineworld Unlimited card. You have a Cineworld Unlimited card. I've got an Omniplex one. Holly has an Odeon Limitless one. Sharon has a Cineworld Unlimited as well. And I think Cineworld seem to be the ones who are the most about, hey, pay all this extra stuff and then have all this, watch all these films before. Because you're talking about two films this week that you've happened to see before they're on general release.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking for If I Had Legs, I'll Kick You, because that's in the Oscar running for Best Actress for Rose Byrne. And nowhere. I was like, is this, because it's the kind of film I would imagine would be released widely, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So well done, Cineworld Unlimited card, and well done, similar Cineworld Unlimited card holder, which is, of course, you, Sean. So now, okay, as I said, we were expecting other people to come in, but let's talk about what it is that we've seen at home. What have you seen?
Okay, well, I watched the film. It was a while ago, and I'd forgotten about it when we talk about the thing, and it was called The Last Front, which I saw. When I watched those sort of war films. It was
I was about
that was one of them that I watched. Yeah.
I was about to ask you because at the moment, when it comes to streaming, you are pretty much exclusively on Prime Video.
Prime Video, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm guessing that it's a cost thing that you're like, why pay for all the other ones, and so this is the one you're going to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do also, because I use it so much, I also do pay for YouTube Premium. So
you pay for YouTube Premium as well.
Yeah, but I like that because you can get that anywhere, any country, any and I don't get those gosh darn adverts.
Yes, but I mean, it is a thing because it is a problem that you have where when streaming came off, it was all kind of like, oh yeah, you don't have to pay for Sky, you don't have to pay your 60 quid a month and all that kind of stuff. But now when you look at it and you look at all these different streaming platforms that they are, you're getting close to 60 quid a month if you have 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. And if you have like a show you want to see here and a show you want to see there, and you're left with either like what you do, which is, well, I pay for my Prime anyway, so I'm just going to stick with Prime Video, or what Sharon does, where she's like, oh yeah, there's something on that I want to watch. I'll join for a month.
Yeah, I do that occasionally. But the trouble is, I get wise up to it. But with a lot of the streaming platforms, I did notice that Rachel, my niece, she has Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah.
Disney, and she let her brother, my nephew, and his children watch. She sort of streamed it on that, and I noticed they put it on the other day when I was over there the weekend.
Yeah,
and it said, "Is this your household?"
Yeah. It's like
something along that line.
This TV is not part of the Netflix of the Disney Plus household. Netflix did that first. Netflix is the one who started it, and then so when they started saying you can't share your password within households and everything like that. And then Disney Plus started. Disney Plus didn't even announce it; they just started doing it because obviously they want you to go get your own Disney Plus thing, and they're trying to just sort of like bleed you dry from whatever money that you have. Which is, and the thing is, the reason why they're doing it is because it's working, and there's people who are going and are paying like 2-3 different things, and I just go around family houses and just go watch stuff.
That's the thing to do. Is other people. If everybody has different streaming ones, and then you can have a movie night or a series night or something.
Well,
that's
you go
that's
around,
the way to go.
Go around different people's houses. Bring back the old movie night. Do you remember? And I know that we're going to talk about the films we've seen this week. We are going to get there, but I think we're having a little bit of a nostalgia. Like I remember the times when every Friday night you would go to the the video rental store, get a film out, and you all go around somebody's house and you all sit down there and watch this film. And and if you were like me, you picked the film that everybody hated and never let you forget about. So it's like, I remember doing that. And it would be nice to have that again, just sort of like a film evening where you just sort of like go around and you just go around somebody's house and you watch it all again. I think it would be quite nice to have that. But also I'll tell you my hack. The hack that comes up for this is, if you have, and because they're scanning the whole internet, they're probably going to hear this and realize this is a workaround and stop it. But let's say, for instance, the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
So the Disney Plus won't work on another TV, but if you have an iPad and you're logged onto the Disney Plus on that iPad with that login, you can take it anywhere you want, and it keeps working. Wow. And then you can cast it to the TV. So it is, and this happens for all of them. So Netflix, if they say, "Oh, this is not part of the household," if you have it on your phone and you take it anywhere, it doesn't matter where you go, the Netflix will work. If this Disney Plus, it will work wherever you go. So enjoy that until they stop doing that, until they find some way, of looking at every single phone, Jason Statham movie style, and stopping it from happening. All right, but anyway, so you saw The Last Front, and because you saw The Tank a couple of weeks ago, and then you saw Field Post, and this was Prime Video essentially telling you, algorithm, you like German war movies. So I'm guessing that this is another German war film.
Yeah, it's sort of German Belgian, but this is World War I, not World War II. So
okay, all right, cool. And I saw, I just mentioned it. What was it? I saw Wherewolves Within. Yes, Wherewolves Within on Channel 4, which was another thing based on a video game. Right, cool. Let's kick off then. Let's kick off in cinema. Let's kick off with Shelter. So Shelter is sorry, we're going to kick off with Shelter. I mean, if we're going to talk about what this film's about, I feel like you don't have to say anything other than Shelter is a Jason Statham movie. And once you said that, that's everything you need to know.
It basically is.
That's all you need to know. I mean, what is the plot? It's a Jason Statham movie. Oh, okay, cool. It's a Jason Statham movie. What happens in the end? It's a Jason Statham movie. And that's kind of all you need to know about this. I mean, if somehow you have happened not to see a Jason Statham movie, okay, Jason Statham is going to play he's going to play a bald, hardened ex-Marine, ex-SAS, ex-Army, ex-cop, ex-something that means ex-Special Forces, that means that he can kick people's asses. And he's going to be off-grid. He's going to be a loner. Something's going to pull him out of the lonery. Something's going to pull him out of his lonery thing. And then he's going to kick ass all the way up until he meets the final boss at the end of the film. And it's the thing
cliched.
It's cliched. It's cliched. But the thing is, now that I've just given that basic description of a Jason Statham film, I realize that sounds very much like a Steven Seagal film. But I do think that Jason Statham is a cut above Steven Seagal.
Definitely, I was going to say he does carry it off particularly well, doesn't
yes.
he? He does carry it off particularly well.
I think he carries it off. You know what you're going to get. It's nothing. It's nothing earth shattering. It's not really going to change unless of course he sort of makes fun of the whole thing like he did in Spy. It's not going to change. That's what you're going to get from it, and that's exactly what you get in this film. And there's the plot for what it is gubbins. I mean, the plot is okay. He is ex-Marine person. He is living on some island off the in the Hebrides or something like that, off the coast of Scotland, and he's there as a loner, and he has this guy who brings him supplies every now and then because he's isolated, and this guy brings supplies with his niece. And then one day, through various blah, 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 his niece the guy's niece gets stranded on the island with Jason Statham. And then through a whole bunch of other things, it turns out that there's this big surveillance thing that has access to every single phone in the UK, and the government use it, and they said they use it to sort of stop terrorist attacks. And it's all headed up by Bill Nighy, and Bill Nighy shows up playing a guy who you just look at and go, well, he's dodgy. I mean, it's like Bill Nighy shows up looking like he was annoyed he didn't get cast as Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies or something like that. And you just look at him and go, okay, yeah, he's obviously evil. And then it's a very British film in that the whole thing it follows all the plot things of an American thriller, of an American kick-ass 90s Steven Seagal type film. But it's very British. It's all set within Britain. It starts off in Scotland. It ends up in London. It has
they get there pretty quick, don't they?
I was thinking that.
I'm glad you was.
I was thinking that when they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go, and I was like, wait, they're in London. Hang on a second. How did that? I was like, they drove from. Okay, they drove from like north Scotland, right?
Yeah,
because
right,
they were talking about the Hebrides. And I'm not sure about my geography, but that is north Scotland.
Yeah.
And they made it down to London in how quickly, and you did all the other stuff during the day. That doesn't make any sense. But I feel like as you say that, as you start sort of like asking all these questions, I feel like Jason Statham will just turn around, look at the screen, and go, "It's a Jason Statham movie." It's just, and it's so that happens. I mean, something happens, and people come up to the thing, and then he starts kicking people. Then you have Naomi Ackie. I mean, Naomi Akkie's in this film. She's good. And
she's really good. She's great, isn't she?
Yeah, she's great. And I'm like, how did they? And this film has the feeling of somebody, whoever made this film, just happened to have meant to get all these people in between jobs. So you got Bill Nighy, you have Harriet Walter. Harriet Walter shows up as the Prime Minister for all of 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
And I'm like, it's Harriet Walter. How did you get Harriet Walter in the film for 2 minutes? How much did you pay her? How much money do you have? And all that stuff happens. But okay. Sean, what do you think about this? Because obviously I have thoughts. No,
that's okay. You're obviously going to say that. But yeah, no, I thought the some of the acting was quite good. I don't know, the girl. There was one bit Tosin at the very, very start of the film when it all sort of goes, and he goes, should we say it's like a hiding scene, and then it's got, I've got the girl, but it's like you didn't even know. Do you know what I mean? You didn't even know she was there.
I agree.
Did you think the same?
I thought that there were bits of that were quite amateurish. They were quite amateurish, both from a filmmaking perspective and from a special forces perspective.
Yeah, I've got the girl. Exactly. Yeah. And then they had the obligatory car chase, didn't they? Really?
Oh, I was watching that going, Sean's hating this because I was watching it. I was watching it myself, and obviously, one of the things that Sean does. Sean hates car chases. If you haven't listened to us before, he hates car chases in movies. Thinks that they're totally pointless. So obviously, I've been doing this thing with you for a while. So I'm watching this thing, and I'm thinking, oh god, Sean's not gonna like this. But I was also watching. I was going, okay, let me look at this. I was thinking, yeah, what the hell is the point of this car chase? This is, and there were bits where they put things like where the cars jump in and everything, and you're like, you're trying to make this look exciting, and it isn't exciting. This is just get on with it. And it's but carry on. Out of all the Statham movies, my favourite one is Safe. I really, really like Safe. That's my favourite Statham movie. Yeah. And
I think this was trying to do something really, really similar.
It's very similar to Safe in the whole thing that it's essentially Jason Statham and a young girl, and he's like going, I gotta keep you, I gotta keep you safe. He even says, I gotta keep you safe. Like the only thing I worry about is keeping you safe.
I mean, the plot was a bit straight out. That sort of gangstery guy that goes, I need to. It's like. So basically, it's like we said like you said, really at the start. It's just a Statham movie where he can get into fights, a bit of shooting, small bit of intrigue, some silly stuff. But hey, it's a Statham movie.
It's a Statham movie. It's a Jason Statham movie. It's nothing more than that. Nothing more, nothing less. And the thing is, also, there's, when you talk about actors showing up, there was one of the actors you do not like, Daniel Mays, also shows up in the film. And the thing is, I think just every character you meet is just hackneyed. You know exactly who they are, and and you're like, is this good or is this bad? I don't know. The character, the girl is played by Bodhi Ray Brecknack, who is also in Hamnet. And I think she does well. But but all she has to do is just hide behind Jason Statham while he shoots people and breaks their necks. And I feel like this film owes a lot to Slow Horses, because I think without something like Slow Horses existing, I feel like this would have been a very American thing. But it's as it is. It's very British, and there's bits of it you're thinking that's Slow Horses. Do
you think it would go down in America being that British or not? I mean, I don't know. Be interesting.
I think it would be interesting. I think it would be interesting because I think essentially there's sometimes when in America there's this sort of like love of British things, a bit like how Downton Abbey went down. Downton Abbey went down the store.
Typical British things, not so much.
Exactly. So I think that there might be some people who'd be like, oh, I wonder what a British action movie looks like when you have like their version of the Marines shows up and starts kicking ass and taking names. But a couple of notes that I was like, you were talking about how quick do they get from Scotland to London in a car? Number one, and you were talking about like the whole I've got the girl, and it's like, hey, you didn't even know there was a girl there. Why is that such a big deal and all that? And it's I don't know about you, but throughout this film, I was looking at it going, give the girl a coat. Because the girl, even in the poster behind you, she's wearing a sweater and trousers while Statham is walking around in a variety of thick coats because you're in North Scotland, so it must be freezing. I'm like, that girl must be freezing. You're walking around, you're wearing this massive coat, and she has nothing on. Give the girl a coat. And also, I don't know, but there's something weird that's happened to Jason Statham's voice. I feel like he's forgotten how to pronounce words. Because there's the way he says some lines, you're like, what the hell is going? And I thought, oh my god, there was one line that he says that just made me go. That I was like, this is one big eye roll of a film. It was a line that was like, I've got to save you. Don't worry, you saved me already. And I was like, oh my god. Oh, this is terrible. And I think that this film is at the level of a Sky original, if you get what I mean. And it is one of the questions we started asking ourselves is, should you watch this in cinemas or should you wait until it comes into streaming? I'm surprised this made it to cinemas.
I agree.
I'm surprised it made it to cinemas. This is a streaming film. There's a film I want to watch called The Rip on Netflix with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. That for me seems like it would have been a lot. Essentially, swap these two films around. Put this film on Netflix. Put this film on Sky, on a Sky original. Put The Rip in cinemas. And it's but I think I actually saw someone that said that Jason Statham, believe it or not, he has never starred in a film that has gone straight to streaming. Every film that he starred in has had a cinema release.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, cool. It's one of these weird. So I think like now, whenever he does a film, he has it written in that it has to be released in cinemas, which is all well and good. But this is a Sky original level at much. How many stars would you give it?
I'd probably give it a straight down the middle 3 because I didn't hate it, but You know, it wasn't. It was Statham. So
Yeah.
it was what you expected. So straight down the middle, no points, just a straight
Yeah.
3 for me.
There's a bit of me that thinks that if I was going to think, it probably should be a 2, but because it's a Statham movie, and you know exactly what you're getting when you get that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. They're 3.
So you know, I mean, if you're a Statham fan, you go watch it.
If you're a Jason Statham fan, this gives you everything that you would hope for. So it's a 3 for that. Okay, cool. And then now we're gonna go over to the last front on Amazon and stuff. Tell us about that.
Okay, so the last front. So this was, because I like my war movies, this was one that come up. So this is basically, it takes place in World War I, and there's a small farming village in Belgium. And obviously when the Germans invaded Belgium. But it's supposed to be World War I, but these German soldiers that come into this village are proper die-hard Nazis. You know, they haven't even got they've got the Pickelhauber helmets, but you know, they are just really, really nasty, evil Nazis. Even that was the First World War, and they do some nasty atrocities in the village.
I'm beginning to already get an idea of what kind of film this is.
Yeah.
With that kind of attention to detail.
So so they come in, they do some nasty things, and there's a farmer that suddenly decides that he's going to put up a little bit of a resistance, you know, so get the resistance. And some of the villagers, they just let the stuff go on way too long. This, you know what I mean? They're not doing it, and it's like, why would you let that happen? And you've got, so the commander of these Germans, right? Yeah. And the sort of second in command is just a real sadist, does nasty stuff, just shoots people. Yeah. And the officer commander says, you can't do stuff like that, I'm going to get you court-martialed. And he goes, well, yeah, I can. And it turns out that, no, this is, well, because it says right at the start, he's the son of the commander. So, and he's more or less got carte blanche to do what he wants. And so there's this farmer, and he sort of lets things go. And then he gets to the breaking point of, like, you know, he's got a rifle. He's a bit of a hunting rifle, and he sort of, and toes, right? okay.
But I can see you have your head in your hands. You're shaking your head about. But before you go ahead, is this a Belgian attempt to make a sisu or something like that?
I think it's a bit more serious than sisu. Okay. It's supposed to be. Cool. It's in a serious vein.
I mean, so now tell me why you're shaking your head.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the actors do their best thing, but the plot's really bad. I think the village would have been up in arms way before anything happens, and also, right. It's gonna have to be a spoiler. I don't care. But why? It's not really a spoiler. But if you're a good shot with the thing, why don't you take out the damn nasty one first? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, surely you go pop. You take out. Is it not that you always say to me, take off the head, whatever the thing's in, and chop out the snake, yeah. So you got a lot of running around, hiding behind wagons, taking pot shots, and they'll go, get him, you know, and lots of people trying to catch this dude, and it's just like, oh, come on, man, you're professional soldiers, you know, and of course, that blooming farmer. So, totally daft, really. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Toth. I'm sorry to do this. I mean, I don't even know why I watched it, because I was huffing and puffing and turning. I thought, well, I'm going to stick with this because I might need to review this at some point. So yeah,
it's like I've started, so I'm going to bank this. And then at some point I can review it.
Yeah. So really, really silly. And I mean, I didn't enjoy this at all. I thought it was stupid, and yet you got the guy out of Game of Thrones that played Jorah Mormont. Glenn.
Ian Glenn.
Ian Glenn. He's the main protagonist. Like he's the farmer. Yeah.
So is this in English then?
No, well, I mean, it's in English. They speak in English, but I think it's a Belgian film. But they because I didn't really recognise anyone else. But it is in English. You know, it's not subtitled and it's not dubbed or anything. Yeah. But he's in it because it's sort of. And I don't know, Toes. I don't know, mate. I mean, he's a good actor. I like him as Jorah Mormont, but I mean, he's just like, this is sad. I don't know why.
He is, but he is, but if he gets the lead in a film, you know that the budget isn't that high.
Yeah.
So, and that could work if it's a drama, but if it's trying to be like something like, with fealty to history and everything like that, I feel like after a while the lack of budget is going to show.
Yeah. Pretty much. You pretty much nailed it there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just the business side of things. But I'll put you out of your misery. How many stars would you give this?
I don't think it deserves much more than a 2, really, to be honest.
I was expecting we're going to get the rare 1 star.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've given a 1 star for ages, but
yeah,
do you think I'm being too mean? Do you think I'm being too?
Oh, I don't know without seeing it, man. But I think the effect that it's had on you, there are very few things that we've spoken about on this podcast that have made you have your head in your hands. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to trust that. This film deserves a 2 for making you do that.
Yeah, and it's not one you'd watch at the cinema. It's probably not even one you'd watch it streaming.
Just like, you just shouldn't watch it. Just don't watch it. Go read a history book instead. All right. Okay, now let's go back to cinemas and let us talk. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So this is in the Oscar. The main thing I've heard about this is that people keep talking about Rose Byrne, who plays the main character in this, and everybody's talking about her for an Oscar. She's been nominated for the Best Actress Oscar. An award that everybody says is going to go to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, and that seems to be the case the way the wind is blowing. But people say this is a great central performance from Rose Byrne. So Sean, what did you think of this?
Okay, so basically this film, I didn't know what it was to sort of start with. So you've got a lady that's a therapist that is actually the life she's living. You never really see that she's got a daughter who's off screen all the time and nagging her in the back saying double back, blah, blah. And so she gets more and more just like she obviously wants to escape. And then in her house, in her flat, in her apartment, there's a big leak in the roof and there's a massive hole that falls in there, and she sort of you've got these weird, like, I wouldn't say 2001 Space Odyssey things where she goes into like a dream with
stuff,
looking into this hole, and so she has to go and stay in a motel, and there's some characters in the motel that she meets, and she likes to go out and sort of smoke and drink wine and stuff.
Yeah,
and the daughter, and her husband, who's on the phone quite a lot, who turns out to be Christian Slater. But it's like, what are you doing? So it's very, I don't know. It's very Rose Byrne centric. I mean, I don't know the character because that's really, and everything else. All the other characters are very.
It's sort of like rotating around her.
Everything I
heard about this film is said that it's one of those women having a nervous breakdown films. Like that's what the film is.
That type of thing. But I think. I mean, she probably acted really, really well, and but I just found it a little bit too much, really, a little bit dull, a little bit long, shall we say? And I was like, okay, you're good, yeah, this is good, okay, I can see that. You go and see your therapist, you've got your people that come to you, you know, because there's all these little other threads that lead through, the peripheral characters that don't make nothing. But to me, I was just thinking, oh, this is too much, man. This is just, where's it going? What's it gone? Yeah, okay, you could have done this in about a 40-minute documentary or something. You know what I mean? It's like,
I know exactly what you mean. Because there's some films, especially in award season, as we are in award season, there's some films that you watch and you feel like, okay, this is a film that was made for the critics, and critics are going to be like, oh, this is amazing, oh, this is wonderful, and they're going to wax lyrical and everything like that. And they'll be like, oh, it references this and over that, and puts you in mind of a Moldova and all that kind of stuff. But as a film, as a story, as just like a random person just wants to be entertained and everything, you're watching it going, what the hell's going on? Why is this film still going? I mean, I felt a little bit like that with H is for Hawk when I reviewed that last week, and I was kind of like, I mean, I know everybody's talking about the film and how great it is and everything, and I think depending on what you've experienced in your life, if you've lost a parent or anything like that, I think that film will hit differently. But there were bits of the film where I was looking at my watch going, come on, get on with it, finish the film. And I worried that this film would be a little bit like that.
Yeah. I think you're right there. It's I found it a little bit of a slog.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, some of the stories are pretty good, but the dude who was in the motel, there's a black dude that was really, I mean, I don't know what he was as an actor, but I thought he played his part really, really well.
Well, A$AP Rocky, he's actually more of a musician. Is
he more of a musician? Yeah, but
also known as Mr. Rihanna.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
But he was pretty good, I thought. He was probably, although he wasn't in it a lot, he was.
He's been in a couple of things, and when in the things that I've seen him in, he hasn't disgraced himself. The main thing I remember him being in was he was in a film called Dope. That was the first thing I saw him in.
Oh right, okay.
So A$AP Rocky.
Yeah. So this film, I don't think it will get a cinema release. I think it was one because I saw it an unlimited one. This probably
not on the Isle of Wight anyway.
Yeah, not on the Isle of Wight. I can't see it coming, and I think it probably will be more for one of those streaming things, and maybe they just put it at the cinema, hoping because of the Oscar season, that would give her a chance to get.
Well, it was released in America last year.
Was it? Oh,
yeah,
right.
It was released in America last year, and quite frankly, if it hadn't gotten nominated for Oscars or anything like that, we might not have seen it here.
No.
But I think it will probably be released in London. It will be released in the university cities, essentially the kind of place where you have film students who will be like, "Oh yes, I absolutely love the reference that they made to Mongo over there. The 25th minute, it was amazing." So it's like, I think you would have that, yeah. So how many stars would you give if I had legs? I'll kick you.
Well, I'm going to be quite harsh with this one and probably give it a 2.75.
2.75.
Cool. Just under 3. Yeah.
I did get that vibe from the film. I did get that vibe of like, I'm not sure if this is gonna. It might do. I don't know. But I'm still gonna watch it when I get a chance. But but I feel like it might be an acquired taste. All right,
you can wait till streaming.
Yeah, we'll see when it shows up. All right, cool. And now we go back to streaming and stuff, and we're going to talk. Oh yeah, that you actually answered the question whether you would see it in the cinema or whether you see if I had legs, you kick you in the cinema or stay at home, and you say
streaming. So
wait until it's on streaming. All right, cool. Good, and now we go back to streaming, and I'm going to talk Channel 4. Someone saw Channel 4, which is Wherewolves Within, which is a film that I've had on my list for a while. And Wherewolves Within is based on a video game, and this video game is have you ever played the game Mafia? Is the kind of thing that you
I've seen it, but I'm not really a game player very much.
Well, yeah, no, it's not a video game or anything. This is kind of like a campfire game. It's the kind of game that when you go out like on a school weekend away or something like that you all sit around and you have this whole thing, and the whole idea is that there's one person in this place is a werewolf, and in the night everybody goes to sleep, and when everybody goes to sleep, you wake up in the morning and one person's dead, and you've got to try and figure out who the werewolf is and all that kind of stuff.
That's a strange name for it, Godfather.
Oh no, Mafia.
Oh, Mafia.
Yeah, Mafia, because the version I used to play at church when I used to go on like weekends away and stuff, instead of it being a werewolf, it was Mafia. So you would have like 20 people in the room, and there's 5 Mafia, and then the Mafia have to wake up every night and they have to sort of like conspire on who they're gonna kill, and the rest of the villagers have to figure out who the Mafia is. That's what it's like.
Sounds like Traitors to me.
Exactly, though. You see, this is the thing. I haven't watched The Traitors. I haven't watched the TV show The Traitors. But when I heard about it, I was like, isn't this just Mafia, but like, with a budget? Mafia. So one of these is I'll watch it and see how similar it was. But this film, the whole idea behind it is that you start off and you meet Sam Richardson, and he plays this character who's like a park ranger, and he goes to this remote post somewhere. He goes to this remote post, and he goes into this small village, and you get to meet like the post woman, and you meet the person who runs the local motel, and you meet all these different characters, and you get to find out what it's all about. And the crux of this film goes to where they start thinking that, hang on, something is going on here. There might be a wolf around somewhere. Somebody might be a werewolf. But obviously you have people who are going, that's rubbish, that can happen. It's like there's one woman who's like, oh yeah, my husband's disappeared for a while. Everybody says that he ran off with somebody else, but then they find her husband's body, and then and he has all these marks on him, and they're like, we don't know what made these marks. And so and then the central piece of the thing is, it means that they all end up in this lodge, and this is where it resembles. They all end up in this lodge, and they all end up in different rooms and all that. And okay, you can watch this, you watch this, you watch this, and we've got to try and figure out who the killer is, because then they realize it's one of those, the killer's in this room, the killer's in here with us. And I think it's a very knowing film. It's a very knowing film. It's a very kind of like, it knows what it's doing. It knows what it's playing around. It knows what it's playing around with. It knows like, okay, yeah, these are all the different tropes of the kind of things, almost like an Agatha Christie but with a werewolf. and it plays with them very, very well. Like the different characters that come up, you have a guy who's trying to get approval to run a pipeline through the town and everything like that, because I can't remember exactly where it's set, but it's one of these places where it's snow covered all the time, like Colorado or Alaska or something like that, but there's oil. And I think the performances are really good. Like, it's one of these films that you'll be looking at people going, oh, I know who that is. I've seen them in something, but I don't know what their name is. But people like Michaela Watkins, who is a very well-known actress who shows up in a whole bunch of things, but is not particularly a household name. Sam Richardson, who's in the lead, he's really good in it as well. And I like this film. I think it's good. Sean, I think that you'd like it. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't try and do too much or trying to be too clever. It just kind of like knows what it is. It knows its genre, and it knows how to play its genre properly. I think after a while, you understand. It's one of the things that gives you almost everything that you want. But unlike like the Jason Statham film, for instance, you kind of know, okay, that's going to happen. You know, okay, cool, yeah. Oh, we've taken the werewolf down. Well, the werewolf isn't down because the werewolf is going to come back for one final rah at the camera. You know that's going to happen. I don't obviously it happens. So yeah, but all in all, I would give this a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was a good film. It's understandable to me why it didn't make a big splash when it came out. Like some people knew about it.
Is it like a foreign film or American English?
It's
film?
It's an American film.
American film, right?
It's definitely an American film, and and I just want to find the name of the lead actress because I thought she was really good, and she's been in stuff, but I haven't particularly seen her before. She Melania Weintraub. Melania Weintraub. Yeah. Yeah, but
that sounds a bit like that film you want Holly to go and watch. I reckon we should all go see that if we possibly can.
Okay, cool. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'll say. And I'll say Werewolves Within 3.5 out of 5. And now going on to what Sean was talking about is, okay, every now and then we talk about the correspondence we get on this show, like the feedback we get from this show, when people come and tell us different things and all that kind of stuff. And I had a message from a friend of mine who obviously knows I'm a film buff, obviously knows we do the podcast, and he says he sent me a meme. He sent me a meme. Okay, so I'll try and explain this meme. So if you know Dragon Ball Z, there's Goku and there's Vegeta, and they fight a lot. Goku and Vegeta fight a lot. And there's a scene from Dragon Ball Z where it's Goku and Vegeta, and the caption says, "Let's fight somewhere empty." And then the next shot is them in a cinema that's showing Melania, the film Melania about Melania Trump. And it's just them fighting with nobody in there watching the film. And he's sort of like, and he says, "You're going to see this on Review It, aren't you?" And my response is, heck no. I'm not going to watch this Melania film because I barely have enough time to watch good things.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, and this is like, and this is not even because it's her. I mean, just this whole genre. Even when it shows up on TV, where you have like, oh, let's do a documentary about the 5 days before the launch of Victoria Beckham's new fashion line. I don't care. I don't bloody care. I don't think that there's anything you're gonna have to tell me that is gonna shed any light on what I think about the world. And it's like, or they'll be like, oh yeah, Sam and Billy Fairs, Katie Price doing it. I'm like, I don't care about any of this stuff. I really don't. And this film is now doing that, and is going to be what I think is going to be like, it's going to be a ITV level documentary, and there's good ITV documentaries, but I mean, like, there's the kind of ITV documentaries that you see that somebody has just farted out, and I feel like this is going to be an ITV farted out level documentary that somebody expects me to go spend 2 hours of my time in the cinema to watch, and I refuse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sean. I know you say that we should go watch it and then
no. I was joking, really, but I was just thinking we should suffer it. But
I mean, Sean,
perhaps we could wait till it comes on streaming, and then we could all have a watch along.
Maybe, but Sean, I mean, if it comes to the cinema, and if you want to, I will have. If it comes to the cinema, if they bring this to the cinema in the Isle of Wight instead of If I Had Legs I'll Kick You, and you decide, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna go see it. You will have my full backing. You will have my full respect. You will have my full respect. I will hand my hands up and say that you are way closer to being a professional than I am, but I do not want to watch that film because I think it's going to be a bunch of crap.
I doubt I do too.
But anyway, going back to cinema. After that rant, I'm going to talk about, let's talk about Send Help. So you saw Send Help, and this was preview screening, secret screening?
Yeah, secret screening. This was a secret screening.
So you didn't know what you were going to watch before you went to the cinema?
No, we didn't know this one was coming up.
Okay, cool. So
yeah.
So tell us about it. All I know is that there's a boss, like a dickhead boss, gets stranded on an island with an employee who he's been really mean to, and then the tables turn.
Yeah. That's it. So this girl, she's basically done all the books for the company and everything like that, but has taken the credit, and she's been promised that she'd be the vice president.
Yep.
Of the father, but he dies, and the son takes over, and he goes, oh no, and and he's part of it. He's like a frat boy, sort of thing. And they go, but they need her. They need her to do this work because
none of them can do it.
Yeah, so they want a trip. They want a trip to Bangkok on a plane. He goes, "You've got to come with us. You can do it all on the plane." And then, while she's on the plane doing the stuff, she's done a video about the Survivor stuff because she wanted to be. There was a program apparently called the Survivors.
Yeah, she wanted to be on Survivor. Yeah,
got three, and all these blokes are like laughing their heads off at it and all that, and she looks at all this stuff and she just says save, and she decides not to save it, and then there's a big bang and they end up, there's a big crash, and the only two that survive is this son, and obviously he's injured, but she saves, I think she quite likes him as she had designs on him at the start,
Yep.
She's saying, no, you gotta love it. But he's like, oh, I'm the boss. But in the end, he sort of needs her, so he sort of tries to ingratiate himself to her. But he obviously
just leading her on to get work out.
Yeah, trying to get out. So so that's basically the story. So they're they're on this island. It's a bit like I thought it was a little bit because there's in the end he goes, oh, I've had enough of this. I'm fed up, and they make like separate showers, so they're like neighbours, and he's trying to do things like she does, get water and all stuff, and he's going so it's really quite funny, and it reminded me of, there was an old Lee Marvin and Toshiro Mifune called in the jungle called Hell in the Pacific, I remember that. And I think there was another film with Louis Gossett Jr., which was really similar, but up in space.
Yeah, that was in space with him and Dennis Quaid. Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine. That's hard to say. Enemy Mine.
But so it's a bit like this, and it's a little bit that sort of way. And I mean, the dude who plays the boss is absolutely brilliant.
Dylan O'Brien.
Pardon?
Dylan
I don't know
O'Brien.
who he is because I've not really seen him before, but he's class. He was fantastic, I thought.
Yeah, Dylan O'Brien. He's been in stuff before. Do you remember the Maze Runner films?
Oh, the Maze Runner. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Oh, he was in those, was he?
He was the lead in the Maze Runner films. But I think that's when he was still quite young and everything. But he's as he's grown older, he's escaped that sort of like teenage heartthrob thing, and he started going, where you go, hang on a second, this guy's actually really good.
Yeah, he is really, really good. So this film, it has some really, really gory, bloody moments as well. There's quite a lot of stuff.
I feel like it's directed by Sam Raimi, so all that stuff you'd expect.
All that stuff, yeah. And this, I mean, it's got a wonderful, wonderful little ending. I think the ending, it's a bit like Parasite, it's sort of like three different films really. So it's like in three acts. Like you've got
Yeah.
And I had a great time with this. I had such a good time with this film.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Everything about this film made me think it would be right up your alley. Yeah.
It totally was absolutely fantastic. We were sat there with it was me and I was, oh man, there's some funny bits that are proper. I mean, it wasn't busy cinema. There was a few people there, but it's one. And when you've got everybody laughing and sort of continuing laughing after whatever's been funny's happening, that shows that it's had an effect. You know,
that's one of the best things when you're watching a film that you have like a reasonably full cinema and everybody's laughing at. That's one of the best feelings ever. It's one of the best things to be a part of. Yeah.
And that's when it's great to go to the cinema, isn't it? And
100%.
Like that. When you get the
100%.
audience, the crowd reaction, you know, whatever it will be. So yeah, no, really thoroughly enjoyed this. Terrifically well acted, and as I say, the last act is class. Well, everything about this is really good. Funny, you know, serious but funny. So, you know, there's some shall we say some sort of fight scenes which, you know, with things getting gouged out and what have you and all stuff that. People screaming and so it's very lots of fun. But
Sam Raimi back to form.
Yeah, I shall be watching this again. So
so
I'm going to give this one a 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I loved it. I had a great time with this. Really
4.5. That is big. So that's because in a thing we have numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but in between them you have like 0.5, 0.25, a 0.5, and a 0.75. So that's pretty high.
I had a really good time, Toes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I thought that's why I'd go and see that. If I had legs one, I thought, I wonder it might be. And so maybe because this one was so good, I probably was a bit harsh with the other one. But this was great. Because they look a little bit similar, don't they, the two actresses? And do you think in a strange?
You mean Rachel McAdams and Sandhelp and Rose Byrne?
Rose
If
Byrne,
I had legs, I'd give.
They've got similar features.
I agree with you because I can imagine that there's a casting director that'll be like being in a film, and I can imagine that based on looks alone, they'll be thinking of the two of them for the same roles. Them and Natalie Portman. But it's okay. All right. So that's 4.5 stars for Sandhelp, and obviously the question we're asking now is: do you think you should watch this in cinemas, or do you think you should watch this at home? Wait until it's on stream.
Cinema all the way.
Yeah, okay, cinema all the way. I don't even know why I asked. So it was kind of obvious. All right, cool. And now we're going to go to the final thing we're going to talk about this week, and I'm going to talk about Twisted Metal Season 1. So this is based on a PlayStation video game, and it is set in a post-apocalyptic America. Something has happened, society has fallen down, and what you have is that you have like these cities that are sort of walled cities in certain places. So San Francisco is all walled off. Like I think there's something called Denver is all walled off and all. And the people who manage to get into the city, they wall themselves off and they live in the cities and they're all kind of like, yeah, we're good and everything like that. But in the wastelands in between them, you have these people. It's essentially like it's like sub Mad Max, where everybody's a bit crazy, and then you have these people who are called the delivery people, and they just drive, and so they drive and they know how to navigate things and they know how to go all through that. And you meet Anthony Mackie's character, who plays a character called John Doe, because he can't remember himself, he can't remember his name, can't remember where he came from or anything like that, and he's one of these delivery people who drives from place to place, and he's kind of like, but his dream is to get enough money that he can buy a way into a city. And it turns out that Nev Campbell, who is like the mayor of San Francisco, says, look, I need you to help me get you something and all that kind of, and so she gives him a job to do. And his thing is, if he does this job for her, he can come and live in San Francisco and he can come and be in San Francisco. And it's one of these shows that are just filled with crazy characters. Like there's a clown called Sweet Tooth who is taking over Las Vegas and lives in Las Vegas. And anybody who he catches, he gets them to come watch his comedy show. And if they don't like his comedy show, he kills them.
Wow. What streaming platform is this on, Toes?
This is on BBC. It's on the BBC iPlayer.
All right, I might. And what's it called again?
Twisted Metal.
Oh, I might have to check that one out.
It's Twisted Metal. Now, Sean, here's the thing. Everything I've said about this is the kind of thing that you would be like, ooh, I think I'd like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Sounds good.
And I still think you should watch it. However, However, because you have Stephanie Beatrice as well, and I love Stephanie Beatrice from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She plays a character called Quiet in it. And I feel like, so Anthony Mackie, you know how you have your list of actors who you just don't get on with. And Anthony Mackie, as much as I love what he stands for, as much as he's a black man in Hollywood doing things and getting opportunities, and I'm like, yes, we want to see more of that. I don't like him.
Oh, wow.
I really don't.
Fair enough. That's fair. You're allowed to not like.
It is. I feel like maybe when he tries to do dramatic stuff, maybe, but he keeps trying to. Essentially, he keeps trying to be Eddie Murphy in the 80s. He is not Eddie Murphy in the 80s. He is nowhere near. He doesn't have the charm. He doesn't have the patter. Every time he tries to do the charming patter thing, it just feels so forced and wooden and dead. And I'm like, don't even try. But he keeps trying to do that. And essentially, this is the kind of show that if you had Eddie Murphy in the 80s playing the character of John Doe, this show could have flown. And this show could have been brilliant. Instead, you have Anthony Mackie trying to do that and trying to quip and trying to wisecrack and trying to slapstick.
It's not him, is it?
It does not work. No. But the thing is that he thinks it's him because he keeps trying to do it in everything. Like, I mean, I remember seeing him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And there were scenes with him and, like, you know, and Bucky.
Spider-Man? Oh, no.
Yeah, with him and Bucky, where they're trying to sort of, like, you know, banter, play off each other, and it does not work.
You don't do this much, do you, kid? Do you know what I mean? It just didn't. You're right. It just isn't funny. I remember because I remember that bit with, and I think it was Civil War, and he's fighting Spider-Man. He goes, "Wow!" Spider-Man's like, "Wow, those sills, they got carbon fiber." He goes, "You don't do this much, do you, kid?" And it just didn't. That type of thing.
I don't think he can't deliver a one-liner. Like, or the way he delivers a one-liner, it doesn't land in the way that you think it's supposed to, in the way it's supposed to. So there's things about this, and there's, because you have, talking about Spider-Man, Thomas Hayden Church shows up as this guy who's going to clean up the West LA. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be a sheriff of this town. And I think all those things you would like, and there's bits of it that keep coming up where he meets an ex. There's like a whole convoy of people who they just stay on the convoy and they just keep moving, and then they put like trucks beside each other, and then like they go from a bridge across. So there's some inventiveness in this, in the world and everything, and the way that they put it together. But then you keep coming back to Anthony Mackie, and I'm like, ugh. And it just kills whatever momentum I was beginning to like and begin to enjoy. And I feel like obviously this thing it has a bit of a budget limitation. So there's some bits where they use some CGI for some car chases. There's some bits where they use, like, you know, or even for some fights or anything like that. There's some bits where you think, with a bit of budget, you could have made this look better. Like Sweet Tooth when he's driving around in his ice cream van. So Sean, I think I have a very particular reason why I don't like this.
Right, okay.
I have a very particular reason why I don't like this, but I would still say, because it's on BBC iPlayer, it's free, pretty much.
Yeah.
I would say, find it, give it a watch, and let me know if it's just me being an idiot.
Okay.
But
I might do that. Yeah. How many episodes is it, and how long are they?
Oh, they're only about half an hour. The episodes are only about half an hour. I think it was about 8 episodes for the first season.
Right.
And there's 2 seasons. I haven't brought myself to watch the second one yet because it's there. But the problem is that it rises and falls on how much you like Anthony Mackie, and I don't. And I just
my Jason Patrick, eh?
No, Jason Clarke.
Jason Clarke, sorry. Yeah. No, that's what I meant. Yeah, Jason Clarke. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, Jason Clarke.
No, bro. He needs to stop trying to do banter. He does.
How many stars are you going to give it then?
I'm going to give it 2.5.
2.5. Right.
I'm going to give it 2.5. But just stop it, Anthony. Please stop trying to do banter. A director, stop trying to make him banter. I don't. No, he's not Eddie Murphy. He just isn't Eddie Murphy. All right, cool. So yeah, that is it for the end of the things we're reviewing this week. And all that's left to ask is, as Holly joins us,
crazy kid.
As Holly jumps in, is who do you think has won this week?
Go on, yeah. Let Holly have a guess. Let Holly have a guess. if you say what they are, if Tosin
Yeah, so
says what they are, and then you can decide.
Okay, so in cinema this week we had Shelter, which is a Jason Statham movie. Essentially, the title of this one should just be a Jason Statham movie.
I wish they would do that more.
They could call him, couldn't they? Call him Statham.
Yeah, just Statham number 45, Statham 46,
Yeah.
Statham 47.
Not be able to tell it apart from any of the other ones you've ever seen.
It's like just watch a Statham film, you get it. So that's Shelter. There's If I Had Legs I'll Kick You, Rose Byrne, the one that she got an Oscar nomination for, and there's Send Help, Sam Raimi directing, Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams on a desert island.
Yes.
On the TV front, we have The Last Front on Prime Video, which, because the algorithm has got Sean well and truly in his grasp, and this is a Belgian World War I movie, but it stars Jorah Mormont in it. So yeah. There's Werewolves Within, which I watched on Channel 4, and there's Twisted Metal Season 1, which I watched on BBC iPlayer. So with those being your options, who do you think has won this week, Netflix or cinema?
I think cinema has scraped it.
You would be right. You'll be half right. Cinema has won, but it's not even close. It's 3.4 versus a 2.6.
Oh, wow. Okay, cinema really has won.
Yes.
Yeah,
I clearly have some terrible things to catch up on streaming.
Yes. I was just telling Sean about Twisted Metal Season 1, and if you can catch Twisted Metal Season 1, I think it is something that has promise, but I feel like all the promise in it is ruined by Anthony Mackie and people trying to make Anthony Mackie be Eddie Murphy from the 80s. And Anthony Mackie is not Eddie Murphy from the 80s. He does not have the patter, he does not have the charm, he does not have the charisma, and
that's fine, because they're different people.
That's fine, they're different people, but stop trying to make him do things that would have worked with Eddie Murphy in the 80s. just stop.
They're different people, it's not the 80s.
Yeah.
Holly, you need to go and see Send Help. You really do.
I really want to see Send Help.
Yes.
You have to watch, for my entertainment only, Beast of War.
Oh yeah. I want to know what that's about. What's that about? Is that a tank movie?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you.
World War II, and a shark.
Well, save it.
It's gonna be terrible. Where did you find it? Where did you find Beast of War?
It's on Sky. It's new out on Sky, and it's Australian.
Oh, I might check that. What's it called again? The Beast of War.
Beast of War, yeah.
Tanks versus sharks. I couldn't think of anything more riveting.
It's set in the Far East. It's
okay. That's enough.
All the elements people.
This is beginning.
I don't know if we could even persuade Tosin to watch it.
This begins to make me feel like there's just way too much content on, and they need to stop. They need to just stop making.
We like sharks.
Sharks. Films. I mean,
but the thing is,
the
good thing when you said Beast of War, at least if you were saying, I really think you should all go watch, and if you're going to say Melania, I was going to cut this call off right now, because I've already had a rant about that, and I'm knackered. I'm knackered from having that.
I can't even go to see it if I wanted to, because the only place in London it's on is Greenwich, and that's not a good distance to go with a broken ankle.
Long may that continue. May it never be any, because for goodness sake, had geography much? Anyway.
I don't want to give the Trumps any of my money, or contribute to them getting any more money than they already are. Please feel free to splice that in wherever you wish.
They're probably getting it somehow. But all right, cool. But anyway, until next week, when we shall go see some things.
I think what have we got out? What's coming out? I think there's a who plays Thor? There's a Chris Hemsworth film coming out, isn't there soon?
Crime 101. Crime 101, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that is, and let's have a little look and see what there is. There's got to be some stuff. I think I will have seen, because next week there's a preview screening of is it called Waste Man? The prison drama.
I have heard of that. I've heard of Waste Man, yeah.
I think that's on there, so I'll probably be watching that, and maybe I'll catch Iron Lung, maybe.
All right. Although there was something I was going to say. I can't remember what it was. It was something that you were saying that just sparked something in my head that made me think that you might want to watch that, but I can't remember what it was. All right, cool. So yeah, until that time.
That's actually on Wednesday, The Waste Man. So that'll be Wednesday after after the show, so I don't know.
All right.
I should be seeing things on Monday and Tuesday though, and possibly at the weekend.
Oh, that'd be right.
I will probably be seeing things on Tuesday next week. But until that time, until next week when we find some things and we'll watch them and bring them to you, it is goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. And also hello.
At
Thank
least
you
you
very
made
much
it,
for joining
mate.
us.